Yo, what's up, everybody? Let me tell you a bit what happened today. So today is Monday. I don't work on Monday. By the way, before we even start, I heard y'all, I'm trying to get new lenses. Maybe get like a little vlog camera so it's like not all zoomed in. I can actually like walk around with it and it's a little bit more comfortable, you know? So I heard y'all on that. And I'm gonna talk a bit more about my lifestyle because like obviously I lift, you guys know that, but like I'm gonna bring y'all a bit into more of who I am and like the things that I do other than lifting. So well, right now is Monday, so I already worked out. You know, I didn't really want to get into that. I hit legs on Monday. I already did a video talking about legs. I just started carb cycling. So carb cycling, what does that mean? It means that for 4 days I don't get no carbs. So we started that last week because I'm 3.5 weeks away from my show. So yeah, you know, we getting there. Whatever, so it's getting close. So 3.5 weeks from my show, we started carb cycling, and to be honest, it feels absolutely terrible. So I'm tired all the time. You still gotta push through because you know you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, it feels terrible. So to basically put it in a nutshell, you don't have any energy. Like it's like you're running through the motions. Like by today's Monday, so it's cool. But I carb cycle until Thursday. Like no carbs until Thursday, and by the end of Thursday, like my eyes are like this. I don't have any energy. However, Friday I get a refeed. Well, I get lots of fats. And on Saturday I got to eat Five Guys, which I'll probably get to eat this week again. So I'm looking forward to that. But it basically trains your insulin sensitivity, and you know, it's just coach tells me to do it. I do it. I see the results of it. We've dropped 2 pounds. So officially we're 211 as of this morning. Yeah, 211. And yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. I'm finally gonna get treatment. Finally. So what do I mean by treatment? I'm gonna go to a physical therapist later today. I don't know if that's the right term, but you know, like the people that massage your legs or your body parts, like to get the blood flow and you do the cupping and all that stuff. I thought growing up that was only for athletes, right? But you know, I'm an athlete. Like I gotta take care of my body. I'm out here lifting. I'm taking this shit seriously. So I gotta take my body seriously as well. You know, I haven't been stretching enough. I feel it. I feel tense all the time. I feel physically tired a lot of the time. So hopefully that will be my first time getting that type of treatment, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I'll bring you guys along. Hopefully, I don't know if they'll let me film, but at least you know, guys, like that's what I'm about to do today. So I wanted to talk a bit about again who I am, because it seems that like a lot of people don't really know. So I'm American and French. So I speak English, but I can also speak French. Comme vous le voyez ici, je parle français, c'est pas un problème. I grew up a part of my life in France, then a couple years in Africa, different countries. So I lived in Tunisia, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, and then came to the States for college. Well, went to Penn State. So I'm more of an international third world. We call them third world kid. No, not third world because that's poverty, but third culture kids, where there's not one place where I really fit in. So like for the Americans, I'm not American enough. For the French, I'm not French enough. And for the Africans, I'm not African enough. I'm just who I am. I like who I am. I love who I am. So it comes down to this is who I am as a person. So that's where I'm come from. These are the languages I speak. So if there are any French speakers out there, moi, on se comprend. Je parle français aussi. T'inquiète pas. Vous inquiétez pas, pardon. Je vais faire des vidéos en français. Enfin, j'essaie de faire des vidéos en français. Mais ouais. Donc, français and English. What else? I've been lifting for 6 years. So I've been lifting for 6 years seriously. I remember my first pair of dumbbells. I was in Mali and I didn't have a gym when I was a kid. And there were no gyms around that would have like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. I didn't know I was going to get into loving lifting. I actually got into lifting because my friends started lifting. And so like, you know, some people have like those like, oh, my girl broke my heart. And all that. Me, it was none of that stuff. My friend just started lifting. I was like, let me try. But I couldn't get into the gym. So I remember we went to a blacksmith to make me dumbbells. They were supposed to be each 10-pound dumbbells. I still have them, not here, but in France, I have those dumbbells. And that's how I started. I used to do curls in my mom's bathroom and shoulder presses. Like, that's really what it was. And I started working out. This is something I used to do like, hey, every other day. Like, hey, I got dumbbells too, all that stuff. I just wanted to compete. Like, I say compete would be like, hey, I'm lifting too, because I was a pretty skinny kid. And then it took, then I went to the gym. I actually started going to the gym. Didn't know anything about working out. Just like, I guess like every ego lifting kid, I would put like big weights with the shitty form and just like, yeah, I'm curling like the bar plus 45, but I wasn't doing anything. Luckily, I never got injured because looking back on the way I used to lift, there's probably like a 20% chance of me not getting injured, and I happened to be in the 20%. But yeah, so that's how I got into lifting. Then high school, I got into more and more lifting, and people thought I was big, but I really wasn't. I was like maybe like 175, 180, but 180 pounds, but I was probably, when I started lifting, like 145, 150 pounds. And then college came. And that's when I took lifting seriously, which is what I say 6 years. I've really been lifting for 8 years, but 6 years seriously. College, freshman year of college, so I went to Penn State. I was in Penn State Altoona. If y'all don't know, it's not the main campus, it's a smaller campus. And I lived away. So I never lived in a dorm. I lived in a house away because I did it a little too late. I wasn't really good on the logistics side of things, but I had to walk about 1.5 miles, 2 miles to go to campus, to go to classes. I didn't have a car, none of that stuff. And there were no buses. So there was a bus, but taking the bus would have taken longer than actually like walking. And I remember they had a huge gym. At least in my mind, what was a huge gym, because I had never seen a gym that big. And so I started going there. Mind you, I have to walk 2 miles back, and I realized that I was really in love with the gym when I would go to campus, go to the gym, knowing it would add like an hour or 2 hours on top of what I was in, then walk back. And when I started going to the gym, I saw results really quickly. So I used to lift like a power lifter, but on every set, which was dumb because I didn't know much about lifting. But it's like I would do 5 sets of 5 on curls, 5 sets of 5 on tricep extensions, 5 sets of 5 on bench, 5 sets of 5 on shoulder press, 5 sets of 5 on leg RDLs. Everything was 5 sets of 5. So my workouts would be like 3 hours long. And by doing that though, like my physique grew in a way, but I got a lot stronger. So I went from benching 225 for like 2 reps to 315 for a couple of reps in like a year. And I was eating, like I had meal points, and I was just using those meal points, man. I was just like every day. People who watch this video and know me from college, y'all know that that's true because they were there. Wake up, so I would go get like a protein shake, a sub, 2 burgers, lunch, a sub, 2 burgers, night, rice, chicken, and a sub. And I was just like, by the half of the semester, my meal points would be like, I was abusing those meal points. And people talk about freshman 15 or freshman 20. I had like freshman 30. I put on weight, but I got bigger. But my body started coming into it. So it's like, yeah, I got bigger. Obviously, I wasn't like lean or cut, but I was like, it's not like you could see the muscles, and that's how I looked like. And so I did that my freshman year and sophomore year. So imagine lifting like that, walking to school, walking back, all that stuff for 2 years. And then I went to the main campus. That's when I started lifting like an actual bodybuilder. I remember it was, shout out to him. Actually, no, I'm lying. My sophomore year, there was this boy named Chago. That's actually a bodybuilder now, so shout out to him. He was the one like, why don't you work out like a bodybuilder? Because I was very strong. I was one of the strong guys in the gym, if not maybe the strongest. But I'm not trying to take feel me? No, I'm not trying to be arrogant. But I was benching 315 for reps. I was one of the only guys that was squatting 4 or 5 for reps. And I wasn't no athlete, and I was a freshman. And so he told me, why don't you work out like a bodybuilder? And that changed my whole workout thing, where it's like I went from doing 5 sets of 5 on everything to like 4 sets of 12 on everything. And resting like 45 seconds. I was like, oh, okay, like that's different, right? But I did it. And that's when my body really started forming into like more of a bodybuilder shape, where it's like, shoulders grow, waist gets thinner, your legs grow. Like my body was growing in a way that it hadn't grown before. So I was like, it works. And when I went to, and I remember going again to the main campus for my junior and senior year, body got a lot bigger. I would lift at the campus gym or at the little, I lived in the house again, and they had like a low complex with low complex gym. And that's when I really realized that like I love this shit, because I would take time out of I would wake up early before class to go to the gym, or go right after class. And it was never like, and then my roommates would be like, Axel's always in the gym, and I was always in the gym. Protein shakes all over and all that. Nutrition zero still. Like I know nothing about nutrition, but I was lifting all the time. And that's why I was like, okay, I really like it. And that was during COVID too, so I was lifting a lot. So yeah, just lifting for fun. That's why people start saying like, you're strong, why don't you try doing like some content? I was like, nah, that ain't me. By the way, before, like, y'all need to know something, I never posted anything. Like, I was the type of guy to post a picture. I had 2 pictures in 4 years on my Instagram. Like, that was me. So I was social and everything, but I was like, I'm not gonna put my life on social media. I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I was just minding my business. And then, so I graduated college, and then I had to look for a job. For 1 year out, I didn't have a job. I was just looking for a job. And even during that time, I had a little money, and I had a gym membership at the LA Fitness, which was really close to the house I was at, which wasn't my own, was my uncle's house. And I would wake up, even without a job. I remember I would wake up every day at like 5 in the morning, because I remember I used to tell myself, like, if I can wake up that early to go to the gym, even when I don't have a job, that means it will give me the energy to do things during the day. And I didn't want to wake up, but I was like, if I do this, something I don't want to do, not only will I work out, but that means I will be able to do the other things I don't want to do, like apply and go job searching, do all this. Like, I felt it was a time where I guess my resolve was tested, and I believe that I did the best that I could. I mean, now, I have a job and all that stuff, but it was a time where I didn't let that stop me from doing this. And then that was a reinforcement of, hey, like, you actually really love this. And so I got a job, and then I was the day I bought a tripod, that same day I got in a car accident where somebody hit me. So your boy's not a bad driver. I speed from time to time, but I'm not a bad driver. I got into a car accident, and then so a lady hit me, and I basically went through, like, I was like, let me sue. I wanted, because I wanted a little paper. And throughout that process, I couldn't post anything regarding like fitness, because I was injured, which sucked, because it was the day I bought the tripod. So I was like, no, I'm gonna start making content. And so, nah, didn't happen that way. But when I was cleared, boy, I went in. I was at LA Fitness. I got cleared, and then I started posting content right that same week. And actually, I filmed a week's worth of content and posted it, and then it kept going and going and going. And then I moved to DMV Iron, and that's when I was like, okay. Because I was wondering, how far can I take this fitness stuff? Like, it's just been me, but then this new gym opened, DMV Iron, which now I go to, which is top notch, by the way. And moving there was really the catalyst, like the peak of like, okay, I know exactly what I want to do, because there were people that were I had never met people that were as into the gym as me, until I went to that. And that's really a testament to like your environment matters a lot. Like, when I went to DMV, I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna take bodybuilding seriously. I'm gonna take content seriously. Like, I'm really gonna take this fitness thing seriously. And now we're here. So now, if y'all follow me on the gram, y'all see. If not, follow me on the gram. I post content daily. I'm on prep. I've been on prep since January, like mid-January. I don't remember the date exactly. Give me a second. I should be able to tell you guys. I've been on prep since January 10th, because that was my first check-in picture, and it's not focusing on the camera, but like, that was my first check-in with my coach. Shout out to Sam. And yeah, now today is May 20th. So I've been on prep for 4 months. So about 5 months, because my show is June 8th, so I'll be 5 months of prep. And what has prep taught me? Well, prep taught me a lot. The first thing so far is you gotta want it. there's no perfect condition. Like when I started prep, it wasn't like everything was set up in my life and everything. I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna like start it. And people underestimate how hard it is on you and your body and your mental. First thing, my coach sent me my meal prep, my program. Now to meal prep, I've got so used to it that it takes me about like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half out of my day to cook for 3-4 days. When I first started, my first time meal prepping, it took me like 4.5 hours. And I remember I was telling my girlfriend, like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell my coach to change the meal, because like it takes so long. Now, how am I gonna do this? And it's like, because it's such a big change, right? And I remember she was the one to be like, just stick to it. You just started. Because I kept telling her, like, I'm just starting, it's gonna be difficult. Like theoretically, I knew it was gonna be difficult, but when I put it in practice, I was like, oh, like it's actually difficult. Because cooking, zero. I told you guys, like meal prepping, none of that stuff, zero. And I was like, stick to it. So I stuck to it, and I got better and better and better. And I think people always talk about, oh, it must be nice to be like you, or I wish I could do this. It's like, it was hard. Now I'm looking back on it, and like when I'm making this video talking about it, it's, hey, yeah, it's a little like 30-second clip in this video, but it's been 5 months for me. Or about to be 5 months, and I know I want to probably do more shows. It'll be a long time, and I'm really, it's hard. It's not easy. There's days I don't want to. There's days I felt sick. There's days I feel tired, and I think there's a lot of people that look at you and be like, "Well, it must be nice to be you." Well, this and that's like, well, is it? People don't realize the work that goes into it. I cook and I do the content and I study because I'm trying to study to become a trainer. Hopefully that goes through sooner than later, because it will go through just sooner than later. And I'm prepping and I got a job. And it's like, no, I'm not saying that I have the most responsibilities in the world. But everybody's going to say, well, it must be nice to be you. It must be nice to be. Yeah, but it's like, you go out and see your friends. I don't, because I'm either meal prepping at the gym or doing content. So it's a lot of things that I'm prioritizing that I think people don't see. And they assume that it must be so nice to just, well, you're going through this and like, I wish. It's like, no, you wish, but I'm doing. And it's rough. It's been rough not only on me mentally at times, but also on my relationships. Definitely on my relationships, because I see my girlfriend, but if my friends see this, they could, like, the amount of times I've seen them. I've seen my friends, close friends, since I started prep, in 5 months, probably 2 or 3 times. And they live 10 minutes down the road. This is some real, like, I'm not even bullshit. Like, so it's like, people will be like, yo, that's too much, and that's like life, work-life balance, all that stuff. It's like, yeah, but like, I'm doing something that I want to do, and I'm putting my all into what I'm doing. And if I truly not reject, but put the people that I love, not if I put other things aside for some time being, it would be doing a disservice to those things or people to not go full into what I'm doing. So that's why I'm trying to be better and provide better content or better ideas. And sometimes they flop and sometimes they don't. And it's like, it gets to you at times, but I gotta keep pushing. So to anybody who's like, I wish I could be you, not say be me, but it's like, look at somebody else and be, I wish. It's like, well, you don't know the work that they're doing to be there. So don't wish, just do it. I think a lot of people get caught up in like, well, I'm waiting for the right time. There's no right time. Just start. Just start. Like, I started studying. I got into a prep to study for my training. I could say I'm waiting until I finish my prep and all that, but it's like, why? I know I can do it, so I might as well just start it, right? There's no perfect timing to anything. So, yeah, so now prep, what else has prep taught me? Resilience, the ability to not want to do something, feel bad, feel terrible, and still do it. Like, and that's not even regarding the gym, but imagine, so it's like, there are days, obviously I love the gym, I definitely don't want to go, especially right after work. Like, I wake up at 5:36 to be at work at 7. I finish around 3:30. I'm at the gym from like 4 to 6:37. And I gotta come back home 7:38. I'm home. Then I do this content, the editing, the food. And just for me to sit down and watch maybe a show or something, that doesn't even happen because I gotta study. And then I go to bed. And I do it all over again and again and again and again. And it's tough. But if it wasn't, it wouldn't be worth doing, right? My mindset is, because I do not know if I will be great, it is worth pursuing, because if I knew that I was going to win, then what's the point in me doing it? Now, I know I'm going to win, but that's my confidence. Like, I know I'm going to win my show. That's my confidence. But ultimately, I'm putting the work to win. And a lot of people will always say, at least in terms of physique, like, you're lucky, you have those great genetics and all that. And I do have very good genetics. But I would love to see somebody work out with me when I'm working out 100%, and them seeing like the intensity at which we're going to. It hurts. I'm out here. If you guys see me on the gram, y'all have seen videos like I spit all over. I go. I grunt. It's not. My body hurts. Like, it's not all fun and games. And I think people miss that, right? But so then, yeah. So what has taught me resilience, and also putting myself out there. Again, I wasn't a guy that was big on doing content, but I'm like, I think I have a story to share, and I think anybody does. And I was just like, let me just start putting content out. And when I first did, I was so worried about like what are people going to think and all that type of shit. And I'm like, listen, I'm doing this for me, and I want to put out my content. And now when I put out content, it's like, I just put it out. Well, before I used to be like, oh, what are people going to think of me? Are they going to think I'm weird? They think I'm corny? All that shit. Because I used to be those type of people that look at people like, damn. But then at the end of the day, everybody's on their phones or watching something. And I'm like, hey, all you guys are watching somebody on their phone. Why would people think I'm corny for doing the same thing that they're watching? But I think there's this period of like, you have to understand that you're not going to be great at first. And the way I'm doing content now, I know I'm at like 2% of what I could be. Which is why I love doing it. Because like, the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. I know if I stick to it, like I've stuck to things other than that, like, since this is a fitness space, like me lifting, you get results. There's some people that lift and got to my physique in 2 years. Others, it takes them 10, 15 years. It took me 7, 8 years, 6 years of serious lifting. That's what it is. But I'm here now. And so that's why one thing people talk about running your own race, that's what I'm doing, especially with this content. I'm not even looking at anybody else's content. I might try to inspire myself from their stuff. But I'm not looking at like, damn, he made 25 posts and he's already getting all these followers and getting all this engagement and these deals and whatever. I'm looking at it like, I'm doing the content that I like to see. I'm doing the content that I like. I'm doing it for y'all. I'm not doing it I'm not, like, if all these things happen, cool. I'm not doing it to be Mr. This, Mr. That. I'm just doing the content and people seem to like it. So again, I appreciate y'all for that. But another thing is like, also be humble. It's very important to be humble. And I understood that going through prep, where it's like, I thought I knew things, but the moment I got into prep, I understood and I put in my mind, like, everything I actually know about fitness, zero it out. I don't care if somebody's younger, older, skinnier, bigger. If they got any input to give me to be better, I want it all. Because the man who knows nothing and then gets everything will surpass everybody. That's how I look at it. So I really came in like an empty base. Like, hey, I have this body. You guys help me out on how to get there. And I've been lifting for 6 years, but it's like, you got to humble yourself, right? Because I don't know everything. I would be lying. I don't want to be those guys that be like, hey, look at me, I got abs. Now I'm going to become the top coach in the country. No. It would be unjust. If I feel like I can't give you a concrete answer based on evidence and results, I won't tell you anything. Like, people will ask me, hey, like, what are your programs and things like, what can I do? I can give you tweaks, but I'm not going to say, do this, do that, do that. Like, I could understand what works for me, but I don't think that my knowledge is extensive enough for me to even help other people at this point. And I could help and it could work, but it would be doing a disservice to you guys because I feel like I'm not there yet. So being humble is something that was very important when it comes to people that I've been taught as well. And just being able to push through things. Like now, me carb cycling, I worked out this morning, thank God, because I haven't had carbs since this morning. I'm just getting a little tired. And it's just the first day and I have 3 more days of this. And I understand that it's going to be tiring. And I still push through it because you know that you're doing it for a reason. And another thing that I want to step in before I finish this rant, because it's been quite a minute. People always talk about passion, and I think it's overrated. And I'm gonna tell you why. When I started bodybuilding, when I started lifting, I wasn't passionate about it. Because I kept doing it over and over, I started liking it and realizing that, okay, hey, it's something I could be good at. Same thing with content. When I first started, I was like, I'm not passionate about it. Now I love making content, but I didn't love it when I started. I just started because I knew that I had something to say, or I could help somebody out, or do this or that. And now I like it. But there were times I didn't know, it's like, how do I upload? How do I make the video quality this? How do I get the angles like this? Oh, I'm filming something and the camera's over right here. And after I finished filming, I realized that I filmed for 30 minutes and my mic wasn't even on, or I couldn't work this, or then the battery fall. There's all these things that suck. And I don't think people see that. But they'll be like, oh, it must be, it's all about that must be passionate. The passion, the must be nice, all this is no, it's you just did the work and the work shows. And I think if there's any tip I can give to anybody just, I guess, watching out, again, I'm not some guru or whatever. If you do the work, regardless of whether you feel like you deserve it or not, the results will show. That's a fact. You do not need to be the most deserving person. As long as you're doing the work, it doesn't matter. If I'm like, this person didn't deserve it, they don't deserve it because this, that, yeah, but they did the work. So now what? Did you? No. You might be more deserving, but did you do the work? You know? So that's how I look at it. But yeah, so these are the things that my prep has taught me. And so now here we are. So I guess now you guys can look back and say, now y'all know a little bit more about me. And be unapologetically yourself. I realized that through making content. I'm going to make content for the people that ride with me and that want to see this. There's going to be a lot of people that at first when I started that just started following me because it wasn't what they wanted to see. And it's cool. It's like, this is who I am, right? And it's extremely important to be who you are. A lot of people want to just conform to what everybody else is doing. It's like, that's not. It's cool, but why would that be? It's your life. For example, I like to wear crop tops. If y'all see my Instagram, I wear crop tops all the time. I wear my little short shorts. People might say it's fruity, it's a little gay, all that stuff. I don't care. I like it. That's what matters. What matters is that when I step out, I'm like, I like this, right? I bought a little shirt that's got little holes in them. Those old school bodybuilders, all these little holes, those football jerseys. It's people want to say it's a little fruity, but I like it. I wear it. And if people think it's fruity, that's cool. They can wear whatever they want. I like it. And the people that like it too will be like, yo, I like your stuff. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Others will be like, I don't like your stuff. That's cool. I don't mind people not liking the things that I do. Or people, if I don't like what you do, it's cool. But when you start saying, I could never live your life. What about your life? It's like, oh, whoa. You could never live my life. I can never live yours. And it's not even an insult or anything. It's just I like the way I live my life. I like who I am. But don't try to project the things that you wouldn't do on me. Because I like me. You know? So, yeah. Be yourself. Persevere. Work. And just start sometimes. Starting is the best. I'm not one. Now I realize that I'm not one to wait. I used to be I'm going to wait to figure out what's best for me and everything. I was nah, you just got to try it out and stick to it. And that's it. At least that's what fitness has taught me. So, there's a bit of who I am. I will probably get back with you guys when I'm on my way to get treatment. I have to go to UPS actually to go get some stuff, so we'll get that done. I'll take you guys with me anyways. I'm actually going to get my meal, which is going to be chicken breast, 2 cups of spinach, and some avocado. Great, right? And yeah, so that was a little bit about me. So that's going to be the first half of the video. Well, I mean, it's already the first half of the video, but that, you guys know a little bit about who your boy is. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back for the physical therapy. All right, we're back. We about to step, peep fit. You know, something slight, nothing crazy. Let's get this physical therapy going. So you see, I got my little tripod set up, so my computer just sitting here. All right, so just want to show y'all fit real quick. Once again, I don't know why you don't focus. Don't focus. Yup. And I'll see y'all there, because I'm about driving, you know. No filming and driving. I don't know what's not focusing properly. Yeah. I'll have to figure it out. As I've talked before, like, I'm not great at camera stuff, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, y'all seen the fit right here. All right, we out. Just got done with my adjustments and everything. Then I came back to my first time, and it was painful. It was needed. I felt a lot looser, but I mean, that cool ass place. Optimal. You see, he gave me a free shirt too. Optimal Performance. Y'all check him out. They do NFL players and all that too. So if you're ever in Maryland, check them out. Yeah, no, that was painful, man. Like, I thought it was gonna be some nice, cool massage, but nah. It was, as y'all can tell by my voice, I felt it. I'm still feeling it, but my body feels a lot looser, which is what I need. So, and it's gonna help me do my lat spreads on stage. We worked on my back and my legs a little bit, so that's gonna really allow me to have that that wingspan, you know, like bring my wings out. So I'm gonna put y'all in the truck real quick, and I'm about to be around the other side. I'm actually I'm hungry right now. I'm so hungry, as y'all know. No carbs. And also, just, you see me just acting this way, like being a little bit more tired. I'm trying to bring out the content to you guys and everything, but just y'all can see that the energy isn't as high as it was earlier today, just because the day has gone by, and I ain't got no carbs in. So, and that's just Monday. Now, we were talking with Sam, my coach, the man that you saw.
We got Glocks and we got hammers. Yes, we got poles and we got blammers. Take my little bitch out of pajamas.
That's the one who destroys me on a daily basis. Pause. He said that we looked. So he gave me a refeed last week at the end of the week after all the carbs. So he gave me the Five Guys and what is it? A filet mignon, but filet mignon. I'm not gonna Americanize it. But he told me that we looked a little spilled over, so he's actually gonna, instead of doing 3 days without carbs, I'm gonna do 2. So I have my carbs Wednesday night instead of Thursday night, which is great. But he took out the Five Guys and said that we're basically gonna eat cleaner. So that sucks, because I was looking to that Five Guys. Every time I eat it, I look forward to the time I can eat it again. So that's that. Workouts don't change. But yeah, I'm a little tired, as y'all can see. I'm hungry. Can't wait to go home and grub on some chicken and asparagus. I gotta go to UPS, drop a package first, and then get going home so I can start cooking for the days that I thought I didn't have to. So, like, that's already done. So that's gonna be the plan right now. Let's see what I was listening to, because maybe, well, I know my music taste is crazy, but first let me get that. Let me get that. Hit that. Let's get going. I got a lady waiting for me at home, and I don't want no trouble. I'm out here acting like I'm just living life. If you're a boyfriend, you already know. If your lady don't see you too often, she gonna think you don't love her or something. So I gotta get going. I'm gonna see you when I get back to the crib. Alright, so we got back, just ate a little bit. Little tired, but I told my lady that I will go on the walk with her. And because she doesn't care that I am on no carbs, then I'll have to go.
That's not true. I kept telling him.
If y'all know.
I kept telling him that he doesn't have to come, and he says, I committed. I gotta pull through, and I gotta get my steps in. So don't let him gaslight.
If y'all know, the only job of a boyfriend is to make sure that his girlfriend is happy, but vice versa is never a thing. We just exist for them. So on that note, I will. That was the day. So we're gonna go on a quick walk. Then probably cook a little bit. That might be another video. Maybe, maybe not. And yeah. Want to do an outro?
What's our outro?
I said, do you want to do one?
Yeah, what's our outro?
No, like you find something. Like be spontaneous. Find an outro. Because I'm usually just like... No words. Just straight claps. All right, claps.